Welcome to the Mediocre Cover Band Guitar Guy. The It's Really, Really Windy and Cold edition. I am indeed the mediocre one. Guys, thank you so much for the support. We're getting a lot of new subscribers here. I don't know why I said we're. It's only me and a phone and two sleeping dogs and a cat that's going batshit crazy because of the wind. So I guess maybe it is a we're. I don't know. They're usually here when I film these anyway. So please help support the channel by subscribing and liking the videos. I really appreciate it. I've had like 100 new subscribers since yesterday, and I spent 3 years trying to get to the first 100, so it's great. And it's all because of one video, which is weird to me, but we're up to almost 13,000 views on that one now. So I had a question posed to me last night. We were out at friends and I got home and I was getting ready for bed and I was like, I must check in with mediocre peoples. And anyway, I had a question put out there on what I think about bands that are still out there with one or two original members left in the band and still touring, still recording, I guess. And they used the template of the Guess Who's situation where Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman are now suing the bass player from the Guess Who because he advertised some shows in California where he used their likeness on the poster, and they felt it led people to believe that they were going to be there at the show in the band and he was going to make money from their likeness. So I really don't know how I feel about it, because it's like, does it seem cheapened that you got like the drummer from Grand Funk Railroad who's still touring with Grand Funk Railroad's name? But I guess if people die and people sort of walk away from the band, they don't want to do it anymore, and you still do, and you have the right to do it, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. For me, I don't know if I'd want to pay $1,000 to go see one of these guys, even though people are still paying that much money to go see Don Henley, because that's basically what it is. He's using the Eagles' name and playing their music, and he's the only original member left in the band because Frey is passed on, and as is Randy Meisner. He's passed away. And, the other guy who no one knows his name that played guitar first joins him every once in a while on stage. And I think they got Vince Gill there once in a while as well. And it's cool they got Joey Walsh, because he's just cool. Joe Walsh is like really cool. But not an original member, and neither is Timothy B. Smith. But he's cool as well. But that's it. I think it's up to you and how you feel about it. Me, I would go see them if they were playing like a theater, a mid-level sort of venue. I wouldn't mind so much because the legacy of the music is still there. Like if you look at Foreigner, if they came here, Foreigner's one of my favorite rock bands. They don't have anything original going on there. Yeah, they've got the original guitar player going out, Mick, whatever his name is, and or Steve. Is it Mick Jones? Steve Jones was in the Sex Pistols, wasn't he, guys? Yeah, Mick. So they got that guy going out every now and then and playing 2 or 3 songs in silly looking pants for a guy who's like 75 years old, 80 years old, whatever the fuck, I don't know. But I'd still go see him because of the legacy of that music, and Foreigner being one of my favorite bands, and I know a lot of their songs on guitar and I don't get to play them. Same thing, April Wine. We just lost Miles Goodwin there on Sunday, which is really sad. And I didn't post a video. Somebody said, I guess you're going to do kind of an homage to Miles Goodwin. And I'm like, no, because I don't want to take away from their music. April Wine are one of my favorite rock and roll bands, and I've seen them live because they used to come here a lot, and I've seen them live a bunch of times and loved it. And I don't know how I'd feel about going and seeing, like, he was the voice of the band, literally. But, so I don't know in that situation how I do it. And I guess the whole thing with the Guess Who, man, is that Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings stepped away from the band. They're still on terms and still tour together. once in a while. I guess the thing is they didn't want to be a part of a band anymore, a part of a democracy, a part of sharing, the dividends at the end of the day. They wanted to be the bosses and they wanted to have 100% total control, which is what happened with the Eagles in the end of it and why Don Felder's not there now. So I think ultimately the bass player must have said at some point, because he has the rights to the name, and I don't want to stop. I want to continue playing this music. I need to make a living. I'm a musician. That's, my occupation. So I'm going to go and do it. If these guys don't want to do it, that's their problem, but I am. And if you want to pay to go see it, then that's up to you. Bands like Trooper right now, who are sending a band out on the road, just like the Foreigner sort of thing, with no original members in there, but they're still alive and well, and they're the ones that hired the musicians to go out and play. That's a bit weird to me. I know everybody's getting up in age and touring and traveling is not easy, not to mention it's expensive. It's shit right now with the cost of fuel, food, lodging, just everything, ticket prices. For mid-level bands or bands that are long past their prime, it can't be easy. So I think it's up to the person. If you want to go out and pay the money to go see it and have a good time. It's the same thing with Quiet Riot. They were here this past June, I believe. And they had Rudy Sarzo. He's not actually an original member. They had another guy, Kelly Garney, who was in the band before him for a little bit. And Rudy came along just before, a little bit before Randy opted to play with Ozzy. And then everybody ended up leaving that band, and it was just the drummer, Frankie Banali. And when Frankie Banali passed away a couple of years ago, Rudy Sarzo stepped in just for the legacy of the band. God love him. I didn't go see that concert, and that's one of my biggest regrets, I think, just to go see them play. But if you look at it, that's how it goes. There's another band that played here, another great, for my American friends and European friends watching this, check out Streetheart. They're a pretty cool band. Like, What Kind of Love Is This is a great tune. One of my favorite. I did a video of it, but Kenny Shields, the singer, passed away, and none of the original members are in the band right now. They've got a guitar player, Jeff Neal. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I apologize. Great guitar player. He joined the band shortly after they were around for a little bit. He's been there for 40-something years. So, like 43, I think. He's doing it to carry on the legacy of that band, and that's pretty cool. Once again, I wouldn't spend $1,000 not to go see it. I don't have $1,000 to spend in the first place because we've got like 400 kids, and I'm the Al Bundy of all of this, right? So that's it. Now I'm depressed. But anyway, guys, once again, thanks for the support. In the comments, please, just what do you think of it? Do you think it's a ripoff? Do you think there's a time when they should say enough is enough and it's done? I know Kiss just finished and they're planning on going with AI. That's a bit creepy and a bit weird, but we know Kiss are about money and a brand as, much as they are about the music. They're about the money. It's probably less about the music now and more about the money. Even though, they're old and they have almost all the money in the world, there are small countries that don't have the amount of money that Gene Simmons has in his bank account because of Kiss. So, how much more do you need, guys? I don't know. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think bands that don't have the nucleus of original members should call it quits? Thank you for watching.